The word concrete comes from the Latin word concretus, meaning compact or condensed. The Romans are seen as the first culture to embrace concrete and realize its revolutionary implications for construction. Their mixes, when examined today, are considered primitive, but were still effective. Mixes consisted of small gravel and coarse sand mixed together with hot lime and water. To reduce shrinkage, they used horsehair, much like we use polypropylene fibers today. They also found that mixing animal blood left small bubbles in the mix, entraining air, which led to a more durable mix. The Romans' use of concrete was extensive when it was realized they constructed 5,300 miles of roads throughout their empire. To help provide scope of this feat, there are approximately 4,200 miles of interstates in the U.S. From 300 BC to 476 AD, Roman builders used concrete in constructing well-known structures such as the Appian Way, Roman baths, the Colosseum, and Pantheon. As a testament to the longevity of concrete and their construction methods, these structures are still standing today. After the fall of the Roman Empire in 476 AD, the techniques for making pozzolan cement were lost until the discovery in 1414 of manuscripts describing those techniques rekindled interest in building with concrete. In 1824, Joseph Aspdin of England invented Portland cement by burning finely ground chalk with finely divided clay in a kiln until carbon dioxide was driven off. The sintered product was then ground, and he called it Portland, being named after the high-quality building stones quarried in Portland, England. In 1891, George Bartholomew placed the first concrete street in the USA in Bellefontaine, Ohio. This street is still in existence today. In 1936, the first major concrete dams, Hoover Dam and Grand Coulee Dam, were built. Both of these dams are still in existence and functioning with their intended purpose. In 1938, Salina Concrete added ready-mixed concrete to our product mix. While many things have changed since 1938, Salina Concrete has built a reputation of providing a premium quality product which customers have praised for decades. Years of product testing and research have resulted in the development of optimal mixes utilizing local aggregates. Salina Concrete has formulated dozens of mix designs to choose from, allowing us to meet the specific needs of customers' projects. Thousands of homes and businesses throughout Saline County and central Kansas rest on the foundations of Salina Concrete's concrete and will continue to provide strong foundations as time marches on. The first batch plant was built and located on the south end of what is now the block department. Drivers would back in the 1- and 2-yard trucks and start their mixer. At that time, the mixer was operated independently with its own gas-powered motors powering chain drives attached to the mixer. After the mixer was started and the truck was in position, the batch man would load the cement, sand, and rock as well as the necessary water. Mixes were ordered in a recipe format, and the batch man would physically tear and dump the number of sacks of cement ordered in the truck's hopper. The aggregates were elevated overhead into bulk storage with an elevator. The batch man would use levers to dump the appropriate amounts of sand and rock into the 1- or 2-yard mixers. Mixes now are ordered based on the desired performance in terms of PSI. These mixes are now loaded into mixers with 10-yard capacities. With this being said, habits die hard, and it's still not uncommon for customers to order a recipe mix such as a 6 or 8 sack mix. In 1938, the supply of Portland cement to Salina Concrete was shipped and received through the railroad by railcar shipments. It was not uncommon to receive 3 or 4 rail cars per week. Each rail car was stacked floor to ceiling with 94-pound bags of Portland cement. Employees would then unload the rail cars by hand, stacking these bags onto a dolly and then winching these loaded dollies up a ramp into the overhead mezzanine. Once the dollies were in the overhead mezzanine, they were unloaded by hand and stored for future use. Employees would be paid after a typical workday 1 cent per bag to unload these loaded rail cars. These 94-pound bags of Portland cement were packaged in cloth bags, and after use, the bags were saved and sent back to the cement plant for reuse. This process is no longer needed due to the ability to receive Portland cement in bulk through pneumatic trailers and blown into overhead storage bins through the use of the cycle.